Is Tom MacDonald too controversial? Should he be canceled? Hi, I'm the Music Fan Man, and this is Music or Lose It. Today I'll review Tom MacDonald's video, In God We Trust. I'll start by sharing highlights of my reaction to watching the video for the first time. Then I'll give my review. Along with Dax, Tom MacDonald was my pick for the best music entertainer of the previous year, so with my standards so high for his music entertainment, let's see this one.
Every year there's a new name for enemies that we're facing. It's Al-Qaeda, then ISIS, and now American patriots.
So far, I hear no lies until he gets to the part where he's saying there's always an enemy in Al-Qaeda. Well, wait a minute. Does he think Al-Qaeda wasn't an enemy?
Both political parties are equally just as evil. They've been working for themselves, don't give a damn about the people.
Whoa! He took on the two-party system. He's from Canada where they have multiple parties, yet still so much anti-liberty activity going on over there. So many people want to be American.
The world's going crazy and they're lying to us. Don't know who to believe, so in God we trust.
It's interesting how he says, don't know who to believe, yet in God we trust. I'm Team God. I want to be Team Love, Light, Positive Energy. That's going to be insufficient for many hardcore religious folks. I'm not biblically literate. I'm not super knowledgeable of the Bible. I'm going with my sense, my intuition. If you're saying you can't trust the government, you can't trust all these institutions, but you're saying God we trust, well, how do you trust God in a world with so much manipulation and corruption, and the elites often being the powerful who put out to the masses Bibles that have copyright dates on them? Now, I'm constantly in a process of trying to figure out what I believe and process my feelings about God and religion and spirituality. So I'd be curious to have a conversation with Tom and get his expanded thoughts. Because as much as I'm a skeptic of the government, I'm also a skeptic of organized religion. But just because you believe in God doesn't mean you have to support organized religion.
Y'all missing what was written in them pages. That was history they wrote, now you want to change it.
Now this other guy, Adam Calhoun, talks about the pages being erased. I think he's talking about rewriting history. How do we know the original versions of history were not inaccurate? Because if you can't trust today's people in prevailing positions of power to give the truth about history, as they say, history is written by the victors, doesn't that mean the people of the past are not necessarily as trustworthy too? It is hard to get objective, non-agenda driven information probably all throughout history. So I don't know if the past is more reputable or trustworthy than the present, especially in an era where so much double standard of liberty was happening while also trying to claim that black people did not have equal rights. There's quite a duality of cognitive dissonance there from people in the past.
I can't stand the left, everything they say is depressing. Ship them to the Middle East, they can learn oppression.
Wait a minute. They're talking about the two-party system, but now this Adam guy is taking shots at one side. The video color is very dark and murky. I don't like that. I like more well-lit, illuminated videos. I can't even see the guy's face. Some of these visuals are so dark I can't even tell what's going on. And my TV that I'm watching this on is pretty well illuminated. Very dark, murky coloring in this video.
Home of the brave look like a mental institution, and there will be revolution if we can't find resolution.
That guy's voice is very raspy. I had to look online. It looks like this guy's name is Struggle Jennings, a family member of the Waylon Jennings family line.
We don't trust the news, the government, or pharma. We just want freedom, that you have that to offer.
He says he doesn't trust pharma. After the opioid crisis, after countless recalls of numerous medications, what's not to trust? What's not to trust from companies that get criminal fines and lawsuits and basically, in effect, slaps in the wrist when they are found guilty of doing horrible things? What's not to trust about that? Time for my review. Tom MacDonald is in an interesting place because if he tries to do non-political music, I think that alienates a certain segment of his audience who wants more of the politically themed or hot topic themed songs. And yet, if he just does politically themed songs, how many can you do before you're saying kind of the same things over and over? So I felt there was a little bit of redundancy in some of this in previous Tom MacDonald songs. I didn't feel that anything about it was particularly fresh or exciting. Many of his previous videos had a lot of interesting imagery. However, this video was pretty uneventful. I could see this being a political anthem played at rallies for the people with the anti-establishment types who are going to be into this message. So I thought the lyrics were interesting, as is typical with Tom MacDonald. I just didn't feel anything particularly exciting. I think because Tom MacDonald appears to be a genuine independent artist with no big corporations behind him, and I think those types of entertainers have a lot of pressure to keep putting out content. But the problem with that is if you don't take a long break, then you risk burning out, you risk doing the same thing, you risk sounding a little redundant. I think Rihanna right now is a great example of somebody who was very overexposed and is now taking a substantial break. I don't think Tom MacDonald needs to do that long of a break, but I think probably take some time off, reset, refresh. Then again, if he's excited and he's got a lot to say, maybe he's just going to keep making the music. I don't know. I just didn't feel anything new and exciting about this. And while I have some Tom MacDonald songs in my playlist, this video, Lose It, this song, Lose It, I'm not adding it to my playlist. But I do think Tom MacDonald is one of the most interesting music entertainers of the present era. Be sure to check out this channel's other music review videos. You might find something new that you like. I'm the Music Fan Man for Music or Lose It. Thank you for watching.